Welcome to this week's episode of Haunted America.
This week, we wrap up our California episodes. For now.
Please join us to learn more about the infamous
Preston Castle.
Preston Castle. My worst nightmare.
Very gothic looking and a huge structure with big pillars sticking up and abandoned. When we pulled up to this location and finally got up and looked up at this location, we were like, oh my God, we are in for a true lockdown tonight.
Located at 900 Palm Drive in Ione, California, the Preston Castle currently sits upon 12.91 acres. In 1890, the plot of land where the Preston Castle stands was purchased from the Ione Coal and Iron Company. The land was purchased to house the Preston School of Industry, established by the state legislature as a progressive action towards rehabilitating rather than throwing these underage kids in jail.
Construction of the administration building for the Preston School of Industry started right away. The cornerstone was laid on December 23, 1890, with 2,500 people in attendance. The original plans were ambitious at that, expecting to build 77 rooms throughout the 5 floors. This administration building is what eventually came to be called the Preston Castle.
The first floor would house a reception and director's room, general office with a walk-in vault, sitting room, a butler's pantry, a dining room, employee bathrooms, physician office, pharmacy, clerk's office, plus 3 additional unused offices. The first floor annex would also include a dining room. The second floor would include a reading room, library, 12 apartments, a schoolroom, coat and hat room, men's water closet, and women's laboratory. And the second floor annex would hold a dormitory, a locker room, and a linen room. Also, for those that don't know, a men's water closet is considered to be like one of those bathrooms with the long connected urinals, like you might find at like a sports stadium.
The third and fourth floors would remain unfinished. The third floor would contain 12 rooms, and the fourth floor would hold 6 rooms. The basement would include a playroom, a water closet, laundry, lavatory with foot bath, shower room and a plunge bath, hall, kitchen, pantry, furnace room, fuel storage room, and a water closet with 2 toilets. The basement annex would hold a bakery, fuel storage room, a kitchen, a pantry, a storeroom, and the employees' laundry and lavatory. This place is the definition of a castle. It's absolutely massive.
At its peak, the Preston School of Industry encompassed 1,000 acres, 750 of which were farmland. It housed 800 wards, aka the kids, and employed a staff of at least 200. On June 13th of 1894, the first wards were accepted at the Preston School of Industry, and the school was proclaimed officially opened on July 1st of 1894. The next year, electricity was installed by way of a water wheel powered by dynamo. I also got to keep in mind that this is the 1890s we're talking about, because it sounds like the first year of operation there wasn't any power at all, which is just absolutely crazy. But this is 1890s, so it's probably pretty common to not have power during that time. So
The Preston School of Industry remained open until 1960 when new facilities for the school were completed. The building remained vacant and fading into disrepair until September 10, 2001, when the Preston Castle Foundation received a 50-year lease for the property. Preston Castle has also been named a California State Historical Landmark and is listed on the National Register of Historic Places.
The Preston Castle Foundation received ownership of the Preston Castle and surrounding acres on November 7th of 2014. Now let's get into some of the things that make these grounds haunted.
The atmosphere of this location is often referred to as depressing and disturbing. I can tell you why the atmosphere is depressing. It's because Anna Corbin, the head housekeeper, was brutally beaten to death on February 23rd, 1950. And who was she beaten by? The main suspects were the residents of the Preston Castle along with other staff. It has been said that her spirit still resides at the castle along with the spirits of other wards and staff who did not pass to the other side.
I wouldn't be surprised if her spirit was still there. Traumatic events like that tend to plant that kind of energy within the walls of these haunted places. It seems like spirits get caught up reliving what happened to them when alive, but Anna wasn't the only one noted to be abused within the walls of the Preston Castle.
Stories of residents being abused and neglected are not uncommon. Residents would pass due to severe cases of illnesses like tuberculosis. Other residents would die due to the hands of the power-driven guards. On the grounds of the castle, there's a cemetery, and buried here are the bodies of 23 residents.
Many popular ghost hunters have been to this location, but our favorite, of course, is Ghost Adventures. Yes, we're a little bit biased. We have 2 clips we just want to play for everyone, so just take a listen, and after each clip, me and Jess will talk a little bit about what happened in these clips.
This whole time we're doing the investigation, that's really all we could think about was poor Anna.
The reason that this room has relevance is this is Anna Corbin's room. Anna Corbin is the woman who was
She's the one who was
killed here.
Oh, wow.
According to the medical examiner at the time, she was found in a pool of blood. There was a cord cinched tightly around her neck, and her face and head were bludgeoned beyond recognition.
So we decided to investigate the basement where this unsolved murder took place.
My eyes are starting to water, dude. There's somebody here.
I know.
I swear to God, something's leading us downstairs. I feel like we need to go downstairs right now.
And what was really interesting is Zach started to become somebody different, like he was not himself.
Zach.
What's going on with him?
Guys, come in my room.
What?
Come here.
Go, dude.
This is where Anna Corbin lived.
I got nervous. Whatever was happening to Zach in there was one serious situation.
Aaron and I looked at each other and were like, what is he doing? What's going on?
We go down to the closet area and we bring those flowers up here to Anna's room.
Just with this camera, that's it?
Yeah. Just run down there and grab the flowers from the closet so we can bring them up here to Anna's room. This is where she wants them.
I don't know.
I'm gonna stay right by the door, dude. If anything else, I'll holler.
If something happens, scream for us and we'll come down there.
Just go quick.
Don't open yourself up.
Whoa! I was left alone with Zach, and I kind of kept my distance because I just didn't know what was going on, and I didn't want to take any chance. It's like I didn't trust Zach for a moment. It was really, really odd. You had to be there to understand like how scary this moment was.
I think that I was possessed by this Anna Corbin. She got inside of me, and I felt it. And it was just absolutely crazy. When I looked at Nick and Aaron, they didn't look like them. I didn't even know who the hell they were. All I know is I wanted to go upstairs in this one room that happened to be the apartment where she lived. This is something that I'm gonna live with forever. It's something that really grabs you and say, what I'm doing and these investigations that we're doing, there's something there. And this something got inside of me, and it's something I will never ever forget for the rest of my life.
All right, so that's the first clip we got for you guys. The links for the Preston Castle website and both clips that we are playing for you guys are going to be down below in the description of whatever you are watching or listening to our podcast on. I just want to touch on a few things of that clip here. So the first thing is this episode came out back when I was in high school. I think like just maybe hitting actual high school, maybe 9th or 10th grade. And I remember thinking at the time that it was really kind of sweet, you know, and I'm not trying to get mushy here, but for Zach to think about getting flowers for a passed on spirit. And looking back at it now, it's kind of creepy. He talks about thinking that Anna's spirit was inside of him, and it definitely kind of looks that way. His facial expressions 100% kind of lean towards that. And based on how Nick and Aaron look and are describing it, it's definitely a real possibility.
He was totally out of it during that whole event. You could tell he just wasn't. He wasn't
himself.
Yeah, himself. What I think a lot of people get confused is when he says he's getting possessed, it's not an exorcist kind of possession. It's not like he can't control himself. But these things can influence. He's opening himself up and accepting whatever's going to happen. So it can attach, and it can cause him to think things and say things and do things for a short amount of time. But he's not completely accepting the spirit into him, and it's not that kind of a possession.
Let's get into the second clip here.
We are now in lockdown at Preston Castle, which was a detention center for boys built in the 1890s. There were beatings and murders that took place within its walls. During our investigation, we are hoping to contact the spirits that still call this place home. We got 3 hospital beds lined up. Now over here, we have a static night vision camera covering this area. We also decided to aim another camera down this hallway.
Aaron, what the hell are you doing?
Checking for spiders.
Oh my god. Jump in the damn bed, would you?
Can you just tuck you into?
Oh god. Okay. Oh, bro. Aaron, stop. Spiders aren't gonna go.
No. Everyone who's stayed in here put their name on it. Look.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Wow.
Just be silent.
Let's see if we can capture any noises.
Right away, we captured an unexplained voice on our digital recorder. Was it telling us to do this?
Okay, right there really quick. It sounds like it's saying get out of here, but you never really know with spirit shows, ghost shows. They're kind of being suggestive on what, it might be saying. If you listen to it without seeing the words like they have displayed here on the screen for us, you really can't kind of guess at what it says. I just wanted to throw that in there really quick. That was kind of an unplanned spot. Let's get back into the video.
Am I connecting with some of the evil people? At this exact moment, a strange mist was captured on our static night vision camera that was stationed in the hallway only a few feet away from where we were laying. If you look very closely, it seems to be moving down the hallway as if it was walking away from us.
Bro, I'm not joking right now. My cat.
Okay, really quick. I want to talk about that. So like I said, all the links for this are down in the description below of whatever you're listening to or watching this podcast on. I want you guys, and whatever there's going to be a poll if you're listening on like Spotify or whatever, and if you're watching on YouTube, comment down below. Let me know if you, if you go to this video, let me know if you can see the apparition go down the hall. It's at about 1 minute and 30 seconds or so into the clip. And it's the clip titled just Preston Castle. So I just want your guys' feedback on if you can see it and what, if you think it's an actual apparition or if you think it's, something else,
Calf kind of hurts. It burns.
Same thing.
Dude, I swear to God, my calf kind of burns right now, bro. Holy you want to look at it just to make sure?
Is it being scratched?
I don't know. It just burns. It's
Where
this
is
one
it?
right here.
Open it. Hold on. Dude, you got scratches right here.
Shut up.
Don't bleed. Keep it still. I'm just documenting this right now.
Look at the burn.
Those are 2 claw marks, bro.
We checked Aaron's leg again, and this time there were 3 distinct scratches.
Bro, that's not good. That's mocking of a trinity. That's demonic. I don't feel good, man.
Did you just scratch Aaron?
Oh, it burns bad, man.
Are you okay?
No, it burns really bad, dude. Holy what do you want me to do?
Huh?
I can't even think. What do you want me to do? You want to hold that?
Just be calm. Take a deep breath.
Yeah, relax. You gotta relax.
Take a deep breath. Just chill out for a second, man.
While Preston Castle appears to lie dormant, its ghostly inhabitants keep it extremely active. We will never forget that forces within Preston Castle physically made their mark on us.
All right, so Jesse, take over there. Talk about what you want to talk about with that little clip there.
So, the fact that these kids and anybody who slept in those beds carved their names into the wood would lend belief to the fact that those spirits, maybe not, if not the spirits, at least the energy that was expelled while carving that could have imprinted itself on the wood itself and could be causing some of the activity going on. That could cause a residual haunting, or it could cause an intelligent haunting, depending on what is actually attached.
And think about the pain. They were sitting in hospital beds, in case you guys didn't hear that or whatever. They were sitting in hospital beds. So imagine the pain that the kids, laying in those hospital beds in the 1890s were feeling. That kind of pain and the screams that they let out, that stuff can all be, confined within the walls of the Preston Castle.
And in the middle of all that, they're deciding to put their imprint in that wood.
Exactly. And those are, when you watch these shows and you hear, oh, that could have been a residual scream or something, or, a lot of people catch EVPs of ghosts talking with each other, or, a ghost saying something that they might have said, way back when. It's like you're kind of catching that energy, living in that moment way back. You get what I'm trying to say? I don't know if I'm explaining this right. I'm not very smart.
One of my personal beliefs, Nick has touched on this on his show Deathwalker a little bit. You have to remember that time is irrelevant and everything is happening, has happened, and will happen all at the same time. So it's fair to assume that we think we're talking to these spirits now
in real time,
to them in the past, but really we're talking to them and they're responding and reacting because they, in their time period, are seeing it and responding. But if everything is happening all at the same time to us, it would seem like we're talking to spirits from the past, when in reality, it's all happening at once.
Exactly. All right, guys, the links, like I said, are for all these video clips, and the Preston Castle website are in the links down below. So just go down there and just check it out for us. The Preston Castle currently offers daytime self-guided tours. I'd have the price for you guys, but they don't currently have them up on their website. However, they did have the price for a private tour, and that'll run about $300 for up to 10 people. You can also book private photography time slots, which is honestly pretty cool to have access to a known haunted location for photos. Most places you got to sneak into, like a spot in New York that we will eventually get to when we make our way over to the East Coast.
And do not sneak into places, they will arrest you.
Heavy fines.
The Preston Castle also, of course, offers ghost hunts, from public 4-hour tours to private, so there's no way you'll have to debunk evidence. For public paranormal tours, areas available for you to investigate include the grounds inside the fence and around the castle, the visitor center, the garages, the castle's basement, and both first and second floors. The public ghost hunt will run you about $125 per person, and each night is limited to 15 people per night. The private tour will run your paranormal team $1,250 for up to 10 people, and $125 per person after up to 15 people total.
You'll be in the castle from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m., which even to me kind of sucks. I'd like to be in from 10 p.m. to something like 5 a.m. I feel like if you're forced out at 2 a.m., your night's kind of cut short of prime investigation time anyways, that quote-unquote witching hour, 3 a.m.-ish, which even so, I mean, you can still catch paranormal evidence at 7, 8, 9, well before midnight. It's kind of weird to try to keep these ghosts into only providing us with evidence, from midnight to 6 a.m. A lot of people catch a lot of evidence in the middle of the day. This location is well known among the paranormal field and is definitely a bucket list area to investigate for two people like us. With all this being said, it's safe to say that the Preston Castle is indeed on the top list of
Haunted America.